Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a shop my stash video. We're going to go through the products that are in here. It's been a really long time since I filmed this video. I've pulled some stuff out, I put new stuff in, but overall it's still, the products that are in here are still what was in here from last time. We'll start off by talking about what worked, what didn't work, what did I declutter, what will I be decluttering, and then we'll go ahead and shop my stash for new items to use. We're around the holiday season, Christmas, New Year's, so I'm going holiday makeup, maybe some new items, maybe just getting into the stash and getting stuff from there. If you like these types of videos, please keep on watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I would like to start off by saying sorry. I know it's been a real long time since I filmed this video. It just, life has been happening. I wasn't feeling too well, and that kind of pushed things far back, and I think it's been like at least 2 weeks that I have not put a single makeup on. So I'm ready to get back into it. I'm ready to share and talk about makeup with you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll talk about primers, foundations, and all that, and then we'll move on to eyes and lips. Let's start with primers. I had 2 primers in here. Honestly, don't remember which one was the other one that was in here. I might have put it in a project. Could have been that little MAC primer. But this was the other one. This is by the brand Integrate, and this is the Supping Maker. I did pick this guy up when I was in Japan. I do really enjoy it. It's got SPF 50. PA++++. It's a little bit illuminating, so I really enjoy that. I have been playing with it and really enjoying it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that one. I think I'm pulling pretty much everything out of here. Maybe just a couple items are gonna stay. I don't remember if there was another primer other than the little MAC Prep and Prime. I know there was this one. That's good. Let's move to foundations, and yeah, foundations and concealers. I know I did go ahead and return the Smashbox Halo foundation or tinted moisturizer, whatever it was. It just did not work out for my skin. The shade looked really off. I think I picked up the shade light medium. I have a sample in the shade light. Doesn't work for me too light. The light medium was very off, so I ended up returning it. But these two I really enjoyed. I used this LYS foundation a lot. Like, that's probably was the one that I was using in the past, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks that I was wearing makeup. It was this one. It looks stunning. The CoverGirl Clean Fresh Nourishing Foundation, I thought it was okay. I don't know that I really loved it. I maybe used it 2 or 3 times, so probably needed to play with it a little bit more. It was newer to me, but the LYS, it looked really good, and the shade just matched me perfectly, so I played with that a lot. For concealers, I have 3 in here, and I did add another one, which we'll talk about in a minute. Out of these 3, I am decluttering this one. This is the Haley's Rewind Concealer. This is a blurring full coverage concealer, and the shade is light medium warm. I don't like it. I really do not like it. I do like this cooling applicator in here, which I find it, I find it kind of cooling because it's metallic, so it stays cool. But the concealer itself, definitely not full coverage. It's very yellow on me. It just does not look good with my foundations, and I just don't like it. I just, something about it that does not sit well under my eyes. Nobody has time for that, so that's gonna go bye-bye. The other 2 that are in here, they're amazing, and I do love both of them. This is the LYS Triple Fix coverage, full coverage concealer, beautiful concealer, and the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear. I really like this one. I find it, both of these, I find them like hydrating under the eyes, which I've been getting really bad dry under eye area. My skin has been really messed up for a couple weeks. I have all sorts of weird textures and stuff, so those 2 played really well. Didn't emphasize anything, didn't make anything look weird or off or any of that. Now let's talk about this other concealer that I pulled into here, and I put it in. I put this guy in a project. I think I haven't used it since I put it in a project. Again, I have not been really wearing makeup. I used it 2 times since I picked it up during the Sephora VIB sale. And this is the YSL Touche Claw Radiant Touch. Is it brightener, eye brightener, eye concealer? I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it is. Oh my God. And I totally got rid of the outer packaging, so I don't remember the shade. Oh my goodness. Isn't that kind of annoying? I don't remember the shade. Maybe vanilla, something like that. I don't know. But it's okay so far. I don't love it yet, but I was trying to use it as a concealer and it really doesn't do much that way. Maybe as a highlighter, brightener, it would be better. So we'll play with it and see what it's like. This is gonna stay in here, I guess. I did not mean to pull it out. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about powders and then we'll do blushes, bronzers, and all that. For powders, I did have this guy. I also picked this one up while I was in Japan. This is by the brand Muji. This is a setting powder, and this is the pearl version, so it's illuminating. I didn't mean to pull this one in when I did my Shop My Stash. So I don't like it for setting. The times that I use it as a setting powder, it was too glowy. But if I'm going to use it as a finishing powder, it's really nice. I'm just going to pull it out. By Ansu, this is the loose face powder, and this is in the shade 300. This is another brightening powder. It's got that pink tint to it. I actually really enjoy it. I like the sifter on here better than some other brands with this kind of sifter because I can actually pick up product from it. Enjoyed it. I just wish I picked up the normal packaging, not the refill packaging. From House Lab, we've got the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Translucent. This guy is growing on me. The first couple times I used it, I was like, okay, I don't get the hype. But now that I've played with it more, really used it, I'm enjoying it. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's not fantastic or anything like that. It's a normal powder, but it's pretty. It looks really nice on the skin. I don't know how blurring it is. Considering I mainly use it to set under my eye, so I don't know. Blurring claim. What does that mean, blurring? The only product that I feel like is really blurring for me or like gives me that velvety finish powder-wise would be my Nikia Joy Cosmetics powder. That actually, I see a big difference in my skin when I use it. But okay, moving along. For bronzers, I had 2 cream bronzers and I also have a third one, but that's in a project. Tower 28, this is the Sculptino in the shade is Getty. I love this thing. And then we have Persona. This is in the shade Sahara Bronze Stick. A little bit too deep, but it's a beautiful contour shade if I go light-handed. The other bronzer that's cream is the Fenty Cream Bronzer, and it's on a project, and this guy's almost done. I'm finishing it up this year, so staying in here. We had some other bronzers. We had these 2, and then I have a bronzer duo. A Lorac, this is in the shade Pool Party Tantalizer Buildable Bronzer. I like it. I like that it's not overly pigmented, so I can totally build it up. The formula is pretty nice. It's good. We've got the Gingerbread Tan Spicy Bronzer by Too Faced. This is a little bit on the red tone, so, you know, keeping that in mind, it's definitely bronzy, not contour, does not do the job of just bronzer. It's beautiful. I love the glow that it has. And I think the guy in here is so cute, the Gingerbread Tan man, whatever it's called. We've got Wayne Goss Duo in here, and I really enjoyed this one as well. This is the Radiance Boosting Face Palette, Satin Bronze, Bronze and Sculpt. So we've got the Bronze Glow and Medium Taupe. That's a very long description of what this product is. Bronzer Duo, let's just call it that way. So one side is the more cool tone, which is a lot more creamy than this one. It's definitely matte, the contour, but the bronzer side has a little bit of luminosity, like velvety, glowy kind of look. They're beautiful together, and I'm enjoying it, or I enjoyed it. Gonna come out. Okay, let's do blushes. I know that's a new one I added in there. But let's talk about this CoverGirl True Blend So Flushed. This was stunning. This is in the shade 320. Love Me. Definitely more appropriate for my cool toned or neutral looking eye days. It is on the pinky side, but it's really, really pretty. I loved it. I kind of did not want to stop using it, to be honest. Other blushes that were in here, I did have this one. Ooh, I know I had one more of those. I might have pulled it out. Yeah, it's right here on my table. So we had these two. Can Make Tokyo. Again, I picked those up when I was traveling. This is like a luminous type of blush, but it is, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Like you can see my brush strokes in here. I used it quite a bit. It's super creamy. It's not overly pigmented, so totally needed to build it up. It looks very natural on the skin, blends in really nicely. I had no problems with it. This one, on the other hand, the shade 19, I will be completely honest, I did not use it other than swatching it. But I think, I'm going to keep it in here because I want to play with it some more. I had this other blush from last time. This is by Tom Ford, and this is in the shade Cherry, oh no, Sun Drunk. Yeah, I used the crap out of this guy this time. Really pretty blush, super smooth, creamy formula, blends into the skin with no effort almost. I really, really enjoy it. And yeah, I'm gonna pull it out. Come on. Here we go. I do have a face palette, but before we talk about that, let's talk about this blush over here. I think it's supposed to be a blush or lip kind of tint thing. This is in the shade Blood Flower. The color is Nectar. I don't know. Color Nectar Pigment Palm. Maybe that's just what it's called. And the shade is Blood Flower. This is by Ritual de Feel. And it looks extremely intimidating, doesn't it? But it's such a beautiful blush. I loved it. I did use it with a dual fiber brush just so I don't pick up too much. I'll dip it in and then I'll swirl it on the back of my hand and then apply it. It gives me that look like I just came in from outside. It was freezing cold. My face is like kind of cold, wind burn, whatever. It looks really pretty. Longevity, I don't know. I wear it for only a few hours just to give me that kind of look when we were looking at holiday lights. So liked it. I have no other explanation of that one. Totally outside of my comfort zone, but it worked out. From Pamagrath Labs, we had the cheek palette, and this is the Divine Rose cheek palette, 4 blushes and 1 highlighter. The only one blush I didn't use probably was this one. These were really, really pretty. I really enjoyed them. This is more of a summery, like spring, summer kind of blush, but it looked really pretty. And the highlighter in here was stunning. So there's that palette. Let's talk about highlighters. We had a couple in here. Did I have a highlighter palette? I do not remember, but let's talk about the ones that are in here. We've got MAC. This is the holiday collection from last year. Extra Dimension Skin Finish highlighter, and the shade is Wrapped in Gold. Very appropriate for this time of the year. Super beautiful packaging. I did not pick up this year's MAC products. I don't know. I was not very impressed with any of them, and we skipped that. We've got Disney Fantasia by One Size. This is a Bit of Magic highlighter illuminator. I loved this thing. I concentrated my brush on the one area so I don't ruin the, what is this type of holographic? Maybe imprint or whatever. It's really pretty, a little bit on the darker side for me, but was very beautiful. The other two highlights we had was the Bobbi Brown highlighter. This is in the shade Pink Glow. I love Bobbi Brown highlighters and products. This was no exception. Really enjoyed it. And then I had the Can Make Magnetic highlighter, and this is in the shade 02. To be honest, I struggled a little bit with this one. I kind of could not get it to really show up on my skin. I think I needed to more apply it with my finger instead of a brush. I was trying to pick it up with a brush. But it does give that like beautiful glowiness. It's not like, okay, I could get it onto my skin, but I could not get the actual shade. It was more of like the veil of it, which is not a bad thing, you know? Like that looks really pretty. It's a veil. It's not like bam stripe highlighter. Enjoyed it quite a bit. I guess I could have tried it with like a sponge kind of thing for applying. But with the brush, it was kind of like underwhelming. With my finger, like swirling it, tap it on and swirling it, it was okay. Okay, what do we have next? I think is everything that's left in here are eyeshadow palettes. I think so, and I did put this guy in here, so we'll talk about that too. Let's talk about the eyeshadow palettes. Pat McGrath, Star Wars, collab. This is the Mothership 6, the Midnight Sun palette. I think, was this the one palette I used the most? Probably. It is so pretty, you guys. Very easy for, like, if I want a everyday kind of look, I would reach for this, deepen it up with this one, and just like this shade or this shade all over the lid, or I can really make it like an intense eye look. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. We had Persona Identity 2 in here. This is another really pretty palette, perfect for the fall. It was great for this time of the year. Now it's a little bit like, okay, I gotta pull you out. You need to move out of here. So there's this one. Why is it still in its box? I'm not sure, but it's gonna go back in it. We had ABH Subculture. I really enjoyed this one, like really enjoyed it. Again, played with it quite a bit. I might have used every single shade in here, if I'm being honest. I think the only one I didn't use was this. But really, really pretty palette. You don't have to dig into it. Just light tap of the brush in here, and I was able to make it work for me. I really enjoy that one. I kind of considered maybe getting rid of it, but I'm not going to. We have the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals. This has been in here for a little while. I did use it. I would reach for it for some shades, 1 shade, 2 shades occasionally, whether they're cream or the powder ones. The only shades I haven't used, I don't know. Maybe I've used it all. I don't know that I've used these blacks in here, but I've used everything else. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette. Totally recommend it if you haven't. You know, if you're looking for something that's super versatile and versatile, whatever, this would be it. So she's gonna come out of here. I feel like that's a palette that should live on my vanity, and I can use it whenever I really want to. But maybe that's what I'll do, because it is a kind of like a staple palette. Okay, let's talk about Odin's Eye Little Ghost palette. This was the collab with Angelica. Here it is, you guys. Can you guess? I didn't touch it. I didn't use it at all. I think I'll keep it in here because I think these shades will be really pretty for Christmas time. So I'm going to keep it in here. But yeah, I didn't use it. It looks so intimidating to me. Hey Hey Vacay by LA Girls. I actually really enjoyed this one from LA Girls. I did not reach for these shades up here. I feel like they're a little bit too orangey, too warm for me. But the ones down here I did use. It's a nice palette. Great for the price too. So there's that one. I did have these 2 little ones. These are by Romandie. Or maybe a Romand. I don't know. I got these when I was traveling. And to be honest, I felt that they were a little bit underwhelming. They're not super pigmented. It's not that big a deal. So like I can build it up and all that. But the shimmers in here, I kind of struggled with them. So I feel like these, I really want to play with them a little bit more. Away from being near the ABH, because the ABH Subculture palette was super pigmented, and then reaching for this one. It's like, okay, are we here? Like, what's going on? But if you're looking for a very natural, easy look, they're not bad. They were a little underwhelming. We'll just say that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out because I want to play with new stuff. So these are coming out. I did add this Kaja bento box in here. This is in the spiked ginger shade, and it's all, I think this is the one that was all matte. So I did use these mattes in conjunction with this palette, and I felt like those were a lot better. Like the Kaja mattes were better. Did not need as much building. Oh, it had a shimmery shade. Why did I think it was all matte? But anyways, they're really pretty. I really enjoyed them. For single shadows, I had a couple in here. I had these two, this one. These are by About Face. They're the Fractal Eye Paint. One is in the shade Fracture, I think. This is the shade Fracture, and this one is in the shade Smolder. Fracture was the one that I used the most. It had a lot more color payoff, so I could get away with slapping this all over the eyelid as a one shadow look. The shade Smolder, it's a really pretty shade, but I felt like I needed to apply it on top of a like another eyeshadow. See, the problem with these is they kind of gotta scrape it to get some product on here, otherwise it's completely dry. They're really nice. I would recommend either of them, or if you want to try different colors, they were actually really nice, very easy to use. And then I had this Nabla brown number 2, arrow number 2, and the shade is brown, Cupid's arrow. That's why it's called arrow number 2. This is very pigmented, you guys, and I did really like it. I just needed to blend it quick. I don't know that I had any new mascaras in here. We already talked about this one. For the lippies, I guess that's what's left. Let's talk about the lippies. All right, from here, the only ones I didn't use, I did not use this one. This is by Too Faced. This is the Gingerbread Man lipstick. I just didn't use it. I felt like it didn't go with any of the looks I created, so did not use it, did not reach for it. This Moira liquid lipstick was so beautiful, you guys. So there's that one, it's coming out. I had this other liquid lipstick, which I think I'm gonna hold on to for a little bit longer because this would be really pretty for the holidays. And this is by Dior. I think this is the Forever Famous shade. And then we had Cruella, one of my favorite like lip colors. So that's coming out. I had some lip liners in here that I reached for quite a bit. This one especially, the NYX lip pencil in the shade Peekaboo Neutral. I use it quite a bit. And then I had these two kind of like reddish ones. This is by LA Girl. I actually pulled this one in a couple days when I was wearing like really red lipsticks, and I really wanted to use it because I was hoping to finish it this year. That's not happening. And then this one was just what I pulled in from last time. It's still a pretty color, but I really wanted to use this one, make progress on it. That didn't go very far. And now the remaining lippies that were in here, there were quite a bit. Okay, here we go. We had the Hourglass, I can't remember the line of these lipsticks, but that was really beautiful. Really liked that one. Okay, we had by Givenchy. This is in the shade 37, and this is one of the intense silk shades. Another really pretty red, like brick looking red. This is Mare by MAC. These are so beautiful. I'm rediscovering my MAC lipsticks. So there's that one. These three lived in my purse for a little while. Kept like putting a new one in, pulling some out. Persona, this is in the shade Toffee. It's a lip gloss. Super beautiful, smells amazing. Christmas Cocoa by Too Faced, the lip injection. Actually really enjoy this one. And then we have the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Caramel. I thought that this would be too dark, but this looked so pretty, you guys. Really enjoyed it. And then last couple products in here are these three. I had a NARS, what's this woman? A Superwoman? Star Woman. Super pretty liquid lip. I had this guy by Can Make. This is a juicy lip tint. This was a little bit of a weird one. It looked so kind of creamy. It's supposed to be a lip tint. I didn't feel like it tinted my lips, maybe because I reapplied it or whatever, but I didn't feel like it like tinted it much, but it still looked really pretty. And then this was a lip balm, and this is also by Can Make. This was cute, really cute, very hydrating. I was surprised. So there's that one. For setting sprays or primer mists, I had this primer mist in here. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Love Ritual Primer Water. I made a good dent in it, and I had a setting spray in here, which was the Catrice. I actually finished that one. Surprise, surprise. Now that we talked about everything that's in here, I'll go ahead and put my stuff back, and then let's shop my stash for new items. Alrighty, you guys, let's go ahead and shop my stash for new items to use. This is my new makeup drawer. Some stuff I pulled out of here that's been in here for a while. And I have this bag I already and uploaded my haul. That was like stuff I picked up during the VIP sale and some stuff from Ulta. So we're gonna pick a couple products from here and from here. I'm gonna just start pulling these out. I didn't want to put them in here because I didn't want to overload my drawer, but I think we're gonna have to, because otherwise how are we gonna know what we're gonna pull, right? So let me do this. I've already tried a couple of these products, but I want to play with some of them a little bit more. I guess for eyeshadow palettes, I'm definitely going to play with the NARS, the new NARS eyeshadow palette I picked up. This is the Endless Nights palette. This was the holiday palette, and it was Ulta exclusive. So I'm going to pull this one in for sure. And I do have another one that my friend sent to me. It's actually my Christmas present, but I got it a little bit early. Anyway, this is the Natasha Denona Retro palette. So I'm going to pull this one in as well. So these for sure I'm going to pull in. I think I might pull in a couple of the Laura Mercier single shadow things. It's either those or, you know, I really want to play with these, the ones I picked up from Can Make. I have these two. They're liquid shadows. I think I'm going to pull both of these in. One is in the shade 02 and one is in the shade 06. Both are from Can Make, and I'm going to pull both in. I have these two. I think one is Laura Mercier and one is Bobbi Brown. Oh no, both are Laura Mercier. We've got the shade Rose Gold, and we have the shade Rose Gold twice. Okay, I guess since this is sealed, I'm not going to play with it. But this one is not sealed, so I'll pull this one in. So we're going to do these. What else do we have from the Sephora sale? I've used this guy already. I've used this one already. I like both of them. I guess, do I want to pull both of these in? I don't want to pull in the Westman Atelier, like the trio. I got the bronzer, blush, and highlight trio. So I'm going to pull this one in. That's a definite pull in. The question is, do I want to do Westman Atelier? Maybe we do Westman Atelier liquid highlighter. But I do want to pull in this Kosas bronzer because I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm going to do that one. And I'm going to stick this here. Might as well. Let's just do it. Dior highlighter and the Blush and Glow palette by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to pull both of these in. I think that's... I do have these. The Rowan eyeshadow palettes. I've got two that I haven't played with yet. One is Mood Forever and one is 52 Degrees. 52 Degrees is a cooler tone. I think this would be really pretty for this time of the year. So I'm going to pull this one in. Okay, there she goes. I don't need this. I don't need these. These I don't need. This I don't need. This I don't need. What can we pull in from here that would be pretty for holidays? Holidays. Let's think holiday makeup. How about we do... I don't even remember what these lip glosses are. Secret Lover and Aphrodisiac. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. We might do this, though. The Revlon Color Stay Cream Shadow. This is in the shade Caramel. Have I opened it yet? Maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did open it. That looks nice, huh? For a single shadow look. Got a little Laura Mercier powder sample. Gonna stay in here. You know, these have been in here for a little while. Let's do... Okay, let's do Incandescence highlighter. This is by Stila. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pull in this Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush. This is in Euphoric Fusion. What shade was this? I think this was kind of like a mauve shade. Yeah. Looks good. Let's do it. I think that should be it from New Makeup. Like, that's a ton of new makeup that we pulled in. Like, that's a lot of makeup. Let me see. I have these blushes. I ordered some Z palettes so I can depot all of these Muji products I picked up when I was in Japan. I should have just bought the palette when I picked them up. I don't know why I didn't, but anyway, I ordered a new Z palette to put all of those in. I think that's it from this drawer, right? Anything else that I want? It's kind of cool. I think this came in an Ulta gift with purchase. This is the Natasha Denona from the Xenon palette, one of the shades in the Xenon palette. That's pretty cool, no? I'm not gonna do it, but just wanted to tell you about it. How about... Okay, we've got two different blushes by NARS, Orgasm X and Behave. I have not used either of them. I know I said no more from here, but let's take a look. I want to see what these are. What are we doing? Oh, well. My goodness, that was a nightmare to open. Ooh, that's got to be the NARS Orgasm X. It's got an orgasm. Yep, that is Orgasm X. That's not what I'm looking for right now, to be honest. Let's see. This is in the shade Behave. I'm not sure what the shade Behave is like, so. Ooh. I kind of like that. But again, not for this time of the year. Well, I don't know why I did that, but I did that with you guys. I wanted to show you. You know, I didn't pull in any lippies, and we've got a ton of new lippies. I think I might do it. I might just pull in both of these lip glosses by Pat McGrath. It's been a while since I picked them up, so we have to play with them, right? That's just, it's only fair. Okay, I think we are done from this drawer. Let's move on. Alrighty, for primers, I do want to try a couple of the ones I picked up from Japan. I picked up a total of 5. I mean, I tried one of them, but let's go ahead and try these. I want to try the, I threw away the outside packaging. So this is Pearl. I think this is Glowy. And this is normal. So I think we'll go ahead and pull in, I want to pull in the normal primer, not the glowy primer. So this just says UV makeup base, and it's got SPF 27 PA++. I think I'm going to try this one. I would like to pull in another face primer, And I think, you know, my skin has been really kind of like dehydrated, messed up. Something's going on. So I think I'm going to pull in this Vichy Mineral 89. It's a hyaluronic acid, but I love it as a makeup primer. So I'm going to do this guy. And I think that will be it for primers. Let's go ahead, unless like that one primer didn't work at all, then I'll pull something in from here. I probably would be reaching for a gripping primer, but for now, I'm gonna say that these are gonna work. Let's do setting sprays real quick since we're in this area, and then we'll move on to eyeshadows. Okay, for setting sprays and primer mists, I'm gonna do these two, this and this. We're really close to the end of the year, and I think I'm gonna be able to finish both of these. So I'm gonna pull in the Primer Water by Smashbox, and I'm also gonna pull in the All Nighter by Urban Decay. I don't think there's much left in here. I do want to finish it. I'm actually gonna toss it out at the end of this year because I do have some other travel ones. So both of these I'm gonna finish, and I'll probably declutter the bottles. They've been around for quite some time. So I'm gonna do these. If I end up needing more Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, I have the big bottle in here, so I'll just pull that in. But that's what I'm gonna work on. Okay, for eyeshadow palettes, I think, I mean, it's probably no surprise to anyone, but I have 3 pulled in. I'm gonna go crazy. It's the holidays, you guys. I'm gonna be off. This is the longest I'm gonna be off from work. I think I'm gonna be off for close to 4 weeks, so I can wear any makeup I want. I don't have to worry about do I have meetings or anything like that. So I know I'm gonna go crazy. I think this is a perfect holiday palette. Perfect little quads, got all the shimmers in here. It's by Charlotte Tilbury, and this I think was released last year, Celestial Pearl. So I'm gonna pull this one in. It's so cute, it's so compact. That kind of is like, it's gotta be pulled in, right? We also have the holiday palettes from Pat McGrath. I'm not gonna pull them in yet because I want to see what's in the next drawer up. Might be a couple palettes that I might want to play with. So let's do that. Okay, so here we are. Can we all see? Can we see what's going on here? Yeah, here we go. From here, holidays. I had this in recently. We don't need that. I might pull, oh my gosh, no, some shade got broken. Looks like it. No, okay, well. Oh, wow. This is by Cleona. Oh, God, I think it's Cleona. I hope I'm saying it right. I feel like I forgot her name. No, they're Cleona. Cleona Cosmetics. A couple of these shades were gifted to me by my friend Valerie last year. Those two rows. I think these would make really pretty toppers. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this palette in. I know I'm gonna get more in for sure. I'm gonna pull in other stuff. I don't want to do these, none of these. No. What screams holiday to me over here? Like, I feel like I need to pull this baby in. Another really pretty palette, Danessa Myricks Lightwork 3. The Experience palette. It's got such beautiful, like, again, eye topper kind of shade, chromo shades, trichrome, multichrome, whatever. So I'm gonna pull that one in. Those two are gonna sit on my vanity, like these two palettes, and I'll just use them whenever I want to pop. Now I feel like I can pick 1 or 2 more like palettes that I know are just gonna be perfect for the holidays. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to my other drawer real quick. This one. And from here, let's see. What do I want to pull in? pulled in quite a few of those those types of shades though. How about, all right, we're gonna do one of these. Which one? I'm not 100% sure. Do we want to do one of the holiday ones? Was this, I think this was not last holiday, but the holiday before that. It was this palette. Ooh, it's gorgeous, you guys. That's a beautiful palette. And then this was the year before it, I want to say. It's another really pretty palette. I think I'm gonna try and give this one a little bit more love. There's a lot of shimmers in here. Which one do I want to do? This or this one? I don't think I can go wrong with either. I'm gonna do this one. The first, I'm pretty sure that was like the first holiday palette, and this was the second. I did not pick up last year's holiday palette, and I did not pick up this year's holiday palettes from Pat McGrath. So we're gonna do this one. And I have a feeling that that's gonna be it. I think that's it. I don't think I'm gonna pull anything else in. Although I do really like these. They're so pretty. Packaging is awkward, but the palette itself, yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Keep the packaging in here because I hate it. I mean, it's kind of cute, but not for storing. Okay, that will be it for eyeshadow palettes. For foundations and concealers. Oh, the holidays, you guys. Holiday parties, flawless kind of makeup. Doesn't have to be flawless. It just has to be makeup. There are a few products in here that are kind of absolute favorites, and I feel like I'm gonna reach for them, but I think maybe it's time to switch it up a bit. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull in the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. This is a really pretty foundation. I think I'm gonna do that, and then while I'm on that note, I'm gonna pull in the concealer with it. Ooh, it's stuck. It's stuck. Why are you stuck, baby? Here it is. Okay, so we got that foundation. I really like this guy, and you can see, like, I've totally made a big dent in this. L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. It used to not come with a pump. I ordered a pump separate because I hated the droppers. I'm gonna do this one, and I think I would like one more foundation. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I would like something that, something. ABH. Ooh, I love this Wave foundation. You know which one I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put in this baby, the Believe of Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. It's beautiful if I really want a more coverage kind of foundation. So I'm gonna do this guy. And then we got one concealer, which is the Givenchy concealer. Why don't we go ahead and play with, I feel like I really need a kind of color corrector, some sort of balancing corrector. We've got a couple in here, so let's look. We've got the Neutralizer by Maybelline. It's really pretty. Huda Beauty, what is it called? Full Filter Corrector. I also really enjoy this one by LA Girls. This is the Pro Conceal, and the shade is Peach Corrector. That's a really good one. There's another one. This is the Milani Supercharged. Both of these are very lightweight, so they layer really well under other makeup. I think I'll go with the LA Girl one. I have another one in here, and that's the NARS one. Oh, this is the best out of all of them. If you want to just buy one good color corrector, I recommend that guy. And it has, oh, this is the Neutralizer. Yep, Neutralizer. Okay, which other concealer should we pull in? You know, think I want to do the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. It's reminds me quite a bit of the NARS one, the NARS Creamy Concealer, which is, I just love that baby. Or do I want to play a little bit with the Natasha Denona? I haven't given it much love. Let's do Natasha Denona because I haven't used it as much as I would like to, and, you know, play with it as much as I want to. By the way, this foundation is absolutely stunning. I told you when I did my haul that I've used it. And I have some lightning drops, which I totally forgot I have. So I think I will be playing with it again pretty damn soon. Maybe I pull it in instead of the Believe. No, I want to play with the Believe. Okay, so that's it for foundations. Let's go ahead and pull in some powders. Okay, for powders. We have a couple in here. I'm gonna pull in Decollete. I haven't played with it enough, and this is in the shade Glow Pink. I think this would be really pretty to brighten under my eye, so I'm gonna pull that one in first. I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually pull in the Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Pound Cake. I'm gonna do this one. And then for a pressed powder, I always like to have a pressed and loose, you know, covering all of my surroundings areas. Glowish. Do I want to do glowish? No, I don't. We've got Dior. We've got Laura Mercier. This one is by Urban Decay. This is the waterproof one. Let's play with it. It's been a while. I remember I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to do this one. And that will be it for powders. We kind of pulled in a few single shadows, but I would like to play with a couple more. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, for single shadows, I've got all of these, and I have some of my favorites, which are mainly by Danessa Myricks in this little area. Like the foils, her foils are gonna be great for this time. I know I pulled in quite a bit of other kind of foils products, but I'm gonna do these. Look how pretty that is. Like the chrome flakes, oh my goodness. Got the purple one, and we've got like a, I don't know, whatever color that is. They're so gorgeous. This is in the shade Hot Lava. Let's do Hot Lava. That's it from here. And then from here, I kind of made the mistake not ordering when Give was having 50% off their entire site. I ordered, but I did not order any more of these, which I should have. They're so pretty. They're so much better than the new Patrick Ta single thing. But anyways, sidetracking over there. Let's see, what would be so pretty for the holidays, you guys? These are by Marc Jacobs. This is in the shade Pop Rocks. It's the eye sequence in the shade Pop Rocks. Oh my god. Oh man, they're so pretty. There's that one. And this is my absolute favorite. Oh no, where is it? Oh, here it is. Marc Jacobs. Topaz Flash. This is one of my favorite shades in my entire collection. So beautiful. This one by MAC is really pretty. Those are the magnetic ones. Spellbinder Shadows, Stars, Stairs to the Stars. They're a little bit kind of off weird to work with, but it's really pretty. Trying to think, which one do I want to do? Maybe I should do my absolute favorite one. This one, Topaz Flash Eye Sequence. Okay, that's it from single shadows. Let's go ahead and do we want a face palette? Might skip the face palette, but we definitely need bronzers and blushes and all of the above. So let's do that. Okay, I know I know I said no face palettes, but it's the time of the year. We're playing with makeup, so we're pulling stuff in, you guys. And I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I know my video is gonna be super long, but I know you'll love it, so it's okay. From here, ooh, you know what would be a beautiful palette for this one for the holidays with all these. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull in the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette, and this is in the shade Daria. It's either that, let me show you what else I'm considering. I'm considering this NARS one. It was a holiday palette too, 2 blushes and a highlight. And of course the MAC face palettes, but I've played with these recently, so I think I'm gonna stick to the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush because I haven't played with it in forever. So we're gonna do that. For bronzers, we pulled in one, and then I have a cream bronzer too. So yeah, keeping that in mind. Not that it really matters, but you know how it is. My goodness, what do I want to play with from here? I think, you know what? I'm gonna kick it old school. I'm gonna play with Capri Coast. Oh no, where's Capri Coast? Capri Coast. Yay, Capri Coast by Becca. I love this bronzer, and I don't think I've reached for it in a long time since I finished the one that I had last year, or maybe a year before. I'm gonna pull this one in because, you know, it's a good one. And then how about we pull in my gut instincts want to reach for the Gucci one, so I'm gonna just do it. This is Gucci bronzer, and this is in the shade 03. Yep, 03. And then the last bronzer I'm gonna pull in, I think it's going to be let's see, kind of want to do one of the Pat McGrath ones or one of the Hourglass ones. Maybe we'll do Hourglass. Luminous Bronze Light and then Diffused Bronze Light. I think I need Diffused is the one I'm going to reach for. Yep, let's do this one. Blushes. We're getting blushes for sure, but keeping in mind that we have quite a bit already in palettes and whatnot, but maybe 2. I'm restricting myself to 2 blushes only. Rania, 2 blushes. You guys, this drawer makes me so happy. There's so many blushes, but it makes me so happy. I think I would really like to reach for this one. This is by Valentino, and I got this last year during the Sephora sale. It's such a beautiful color. This is in the shade Afterglow Corallo 111. This is so pretty. I think maybe it's a contender. It's one of the ones I might consider. Or what do we see? What else do we see? My absolute favorite blush. Just out of all, this would be my number 1. And you know what? I kind of want to pull it in. I want to play with it, but I know I play with it a lot. Why don't we do this crazy one? We'll use this one as a blush topper one day. This is by House Labs, and this is the Bio Radiant Gel. It's technically a highlighter. And this is in the shade Fire Opal. I'm gonna do this baby. And then I know I need something a little bit more like, okay, actually have my makeup on. I have so many already pulled in. Do I even want one more? I think I'm gonna skip the Corallo by Valentino, and then instead feel like I should pull in something matte because everything, all the blushes so far are really glowy that I have. I need something matte that would work all times, all days. Desert Orchid, Paradise Venus, or Nude Venus. I'm just gonna reach for Nude Venus. I don't know exactly what the shade is. I don't remember them, but I'm gonna do this. And let me double check. Make sure that this is not the satiny one, glowy one, whatever. Nope, it's matte and it's beautiful. So it's gonna be this blush. Highlighters, same sort of thing. I don't want to pull in too many. I have a lot already pulled in, but I'm gonna get highlights. Let's do it. I mean, I feel like I just have to. I have to do it. This is the highlighter for this time of the year. So I'm gonna pull this baby in. This is by MAC, and this is Snow Flushed Extra Dimension highlighter. So we're doing that one. And then one more highlighter because we can. I think I'm gonna try and go for something really highlighty and blinding. No, I had two by Pure. I see one. Here's one. Where's my other one? Oh, there it is. Pure X Barbie. These are crazy blinding, you guys. Okay, there's this one. And I think this was the first one that got released, and then they did another collab. This is a little bit dark for me, but it's so pretty. I think we'll go with the little bit lighter one. This baby, I haven't played with it in so long, so let's do this guy. We have lippies left. I think I'll probably organize everything into my drawer first, and then I'm gonna shop my stash for lippies. Alrighty, you guys, I went ahead and put everything back in the drawer. So let's go ahead and talk about what I pulled in for this time around, and we can do swatches. I'm going to start with primers, foundations, concealers, and all of that. So let's get started with the primers. For primers, I had pulled in two primers in here. I pulled in, this one is by the brand Muji. And this is the UV makeup base. This is one of the pearly ones, so it has a little bit of a sheen to it. Oh no, I don't think it's the pearly one. I'm confused. Anyways, I actually used it once since I put it in here. So I'm really happy with it. I have enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to play with it some more. And then I've got the Vichy Mineral 89. Spoiler alert, this is like a couple days after I filmed the first part. So I've used this one 3 times already under my foundation, and I just love this product. I really, really enjoy it. I think it makes for a perfect primer. It doesn't have to be a serum. It's beautiful. My foundation lays on top of it so nicely. Like, my skin looks very plumped. So I really enjoyed this guy. I have a full size, so I'm happy with that. So these are my primers for this time around. For foundations, I pulled in 3 foundations. I pulled in the L'Oreal True Match Nude. This is the that hyaluronic tinted serum. It's one of my favorite foundations. Again, I've used it a couple times. I believe like I'm halfway through this guy. And I have the Givenchy Praise Me Libre. I really enjoyed this one as well. I also pulled in the Belief Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. This is more of a fuller coverage for me. So I'm saving it for those, you know, long evenings, going out for Christmas or New Year's or stuff like that. I haven't used it since I pulled it in this time around, but I know I will. I mean, it's only been a couple days. I think it's been, what, 4 days. I've put my makeup on 4 times. One time it was the Praise Me Libre on top of the Muji primer. And then the 3 days I used the L'Oreal on top of the Vichy 89. Both of them looked really, really pretty. Let's go ahead and talk about powders. I did not pull in that many powders this time around, which is very unusual for me because I still have a couple powders that I'm trying to finish up for in Project Pans. So I only pulled in the Décolleté. This is the pink, but this is an illuminating pink powder. This is really pretty as a finishing powder and has that brightness because it's pink. Really beautiful powder. I also pulled in the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the Prince collab. I know that this is a waterproof powder, so like it really mattifies the skin. I haven't used it yet. I haven't felt like I need to do that. I might need it for, again, pretty long days. And then I pulled in the Huda Beauty. This is the Pound Cake Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. This is a beautiful powder. Definitely enjoy it. I like to use it with a little bit of puff. I hate the little sifter part, so I might have to like either cut it out or something. I've got to do something with it, or maybe I'll have to depot it. So we shall see how I'm gonna apply this. I absolutely hate these like mesh things. I feel like they make more of a mess than, you know, not having them. And I got powder all over my drawer. So that's what we have for powders. Let's go ahead and talk about bronzers, creams and liquids and all of that. I guess I will talk about the Westman Atelier last. Do I have other bronzers in here? I don't think I do, but we'll talk about these, you know. I didn't talk about concealers. What? I pulled in 3. I pulled in the Natasha Denona. This is the High Glam Concealer, and I have it in the shade N8. I like it. I'm still kind of like playing with it. When I first picked it up, I was obsessed with it. But again, it's been a while since it came out, so I need to play with it some more. We got the Prisme Libre Skincare and Concealer. This guy is just beautiful. I really, really enjoy it. I've used it like when I used either foundation, and it worked really beautifully with both of them. And then I have the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is the peach corrector. My under eyes are pretty bad, so I've been needing some correcting for those. Sorry. All right, let's go ahead and talk about bronzers now. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the cream one, which is in a project. I guess we'll talk about the Westman Atelier. It has the 3 in it, but let's talk about the cream contour in here. So this is in the shade Biscuit. I used it one time already, and it's a beautiful like contour color shade. Easy to blend. I just actually drew it straight on my face, and I was able to blend it out with no problems. The other cream bronzer I have is the Fenty cream. Again, I'm like trying to finish this baby up, not a whole lot left. So it's gotta live on top of my vanity. That's the one I'm gonna be using pretty much every single day from now till the end of the year, like as a first bronzer, cream bronzer, and then use a powder on top. The other bronzers I have the Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer. I think this is the Diffuse Bronze Light. Swatches of this one is just kind of like lame, doesn't do it justice, but applying it with a brush, it's a really beautiful bronzer. We've got the Kosas. This is the Sun Show bronzer in the shade is Beachy. I picked this guy up during the Sephora sale, and I really enjoyed it the couple times that I've used it so far. It's a beautiful glowy bronzer, so I'm happy with that one. Definitely glowy, so keep that in mind. Becca Capri Coast. I've also played with it a couple of times since I did, you know, the first part of this video. You can see I've definitely played with it. This was my favorite bronzer for a few years up until it was discontinued, and to be honest, I feel like it really looks very similar to the Kosas Beachy bronzer. Maybe it's a little bit lighter, where the Kosas can be a little bit more not glittery, not shimmery, but it has that glow to it a little bit more than the Capri Coast. Capri Coast does have glow, but the Beachy by Kosas is a little tiny bit more. And then the last bronzer for this time around is the Gucci Eclat Soleil. This is in the shade 03. I freaking love this thing. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. There it is. So let's go ahead and swatch that Westman Atelier. Now that it's been on here for a little bit of a while, I feel like I can blend it out. Should have blended out earlier to show you how easily it blends, but I only swatched it. All right, so these are our bronzers for this time around. Let's move on. Let's talk about blushes. We'll start with cream blushes first. Let me put this one back where it belongs, and then let's pull out the cream blush. So the blush that came in that set is in the shade Petal. I better swatch it, right? Like swatch it and blend it right away. So here's what it looks like. It is more of like that mauvey pink, which is, you know, I'm starting to love these again. I have been doing quite a bit of more pinky eyeshadow looks, and you know, I think that these look really pretty with it. So there it is. It's such a beautiful color. Okay, more blushes. I also have this one from last time around. I kept it in here. I haven't played with it yet. I can. I've only done swatches. This kind of looks more like a bronzy. Maybe I should just use it as a bronzer. Doesn't it look more bronzy? Yeah, it does. I think I'm gonna have to use this as a cream bronzer, not a cream blush. I don't know that it said that it has to be a blush. Did it say? It said cream cheek. So it could be a bronzer or a blush. Why did I think it needs to be a blush? Anyway, so that's both. That's Petal from Westman Atelier, and then Can Make, and this is the shade 19. Yeah, I picked this guy up when I was in Japan. You probably are tired of hearing me say that, but I'm saying it again. Let's talk about the other blushes that we do have. I think all of these here are highlights. Yes, and then this is a blush. So I purchased this a while back. This is the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush, and this is in the shade Euphoric Fusion. I've only swatched it so far. I have not used it on my skin, so I'm looking forward to playing with that. It looks really pretty. So there's that baby. And I have this blush. This is the Pat McGrath Labs, and this is in the shade Nude Venus. Here's what that looks like. Let's do a little swatch. There we go. Okay. I like having these in their packaging just because when they're in my drawer, I can easily tell which one is which. Not really that easily, but you know, you get the point. We do have more blushes in the Natasha Denona face palette, so we'll talk about that in a minute. And then we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Duo, which has a blush and a highlighter, so we'll talk about that as well. Let's go ahead and talk about the highlighters that we have currently. So I'm gonna put Petal back, and then pull out the highlighter, which is in the shade Nectar. So here's one highlighter. I have another liquid highlighter. I haven't used Nectar yet. I've only swatched it. So I am really looking forward to using it on my skin. The couple times that I swatched it, I totally got the feeling that it's just supposed to be a really nice kind of glaze on the skin more than a bright, pigmented, like intense color. I'm not mad about it. I do like the glazed look, so I'm pretty happy with that, and I think I will really enjoy it. Just FYI, if you're considering picking one of these up. I do have another Westman Atelier liquid highlighter, and this is the Liquid Super Loaded, and I have the shade Peu de Pêche. I might have butchered that, but okay. I also picked this guy up during the Sephora VIB sale. I did swatch it, but I haven't really used it. So here we go. I think this would be more for me. I will most likely use it as a all over the face kind of highlighter, kind of how I used to use my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. See, it's just, it's not like super pigmented, but it's got some beautiful glow to it. All right, let's move on to the other highlighters we have. I'm going to start from this one way back there. This is the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter, and this is in the shade Incandescence. I picked this up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty days, steals or whatever. That was in the spring, in March. So it's due for me to play with it. It's okay, here we are. So here it is. I thought it would be more intense. It looks very similar to the Westman Atelier in the fact that there's just not a whole lot of color, but it's definitely got the glow or the dewiness. Okay, come on. So there's Heaven's Hue. I'm gonna clean my arm so we can do the other highlighter swatches. I might have to swatch over here. It might be easier for you guys to see. Trying a new setup for swatching and all that. I've noticed that my voice sometimes you can't really hear me, so I'm like, let's try this way. The other highlighters, the powder highlighters, I pulled in House Labs. This is the Bio Radiance Gel highlighter, and this is in the shade, what shade is this? Fire Opal. This looks more like a blush topper on me, and I will be using it as a blush topper. I mean, this is intense, or I might even use it as a blush, you know? So pretty. Look at that. It's definitely going to be a blush on me. Okay, next up we've got Pure X Barbie. This is the first collab, and this is in the shade Dream Glow. It's got 3 colors in here. I usually go for this one, a little bit of that, and I use this one all over my eyes, or I have used it on my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these. We're gonna make sure not to use the finger that was House Labs. So this is the shade that I kind of often use as a highlighter. This is the one that I do use on my eyelids. And then this is the lightest one in the Pure Barbie collab. So beautiful. These two mixed together make for beautiful highlighters. Blush topper, and then this on top of it, stunning. Okay. Got 2 more highlighters. We had to do this one. This is MAC Holiday Highlighter, and this is in the shade Snow Flushed. I love this thing. Absolutely love this baby. I'm gonna do it over here. It's got the most beautiful shift to it. Gorgeous. And then the last one is the Dior. I also picked this guy up during the Sephora sale. This is in the shade 03 Pearlescent Glow. This is definitely very similar to the Fenty Beauty like Diamond Dust thing. It doesn't have much of a base color, but the glow that it has, you know, like this kind of glow, topping off the cheek after you use a different highlighter if you want, and then use this like on top of the cheeks, on top of other highlighters. Amazingly beautiful. I mean, look at this. This is so pretty. From Charlotte Tilbury, we've got the Hollywood Blush and Glow Glide Palette. What shade is this one? I want to say this is the light. Yeah, this is Fair Medium Duo. She released 2 during the holidays. This one and another deeper one. Spoiler alert, I've used this one once, I think, and I really enjoy it. Look at that blush. And then the highlighter in here is just absolutely stunning. So there is that one. And then let's talk about the Natasha Denona Daria face palette. Is it Daria? Yep, this is Daria. This is the Diamond and Blush. And yes, this is the shade Daria. So we've got some cream products up on top, and then the powder products. We've got a diamond highlighter, cream blush, and this says Glow. I haven't used this one yet, but I used this in both the bottom row since I pulled it into the drawer. So I have thoughts. This one is again kind of like that Dior highlighter, Dior Fenty highlighter. Same thing. This might be even less glow to it. You can see less diamondy than that than the Dior one looked, but I'll show you. It's very similar. Very similar. I do really like these. I mean, this is the perfect time of the year to use them, like diamondy glow like that. And then I have also been using this blush and then this highlighter. So we'll swatch these. I'm so happy that I pulled this guy back in. It had been such a long time since I played with it. And now I feel like it's just a thick layer up on top that needs to be removed. So I'm really happy to be playing with it. I have really been enjoying it. It looks so pretty on my skin, and it's so easy to use. Look at how much product I picked up from that pink glow. So here are all three. This one seems like, okay, let's see. I think I should have probably scraped off the top layer. See, like you can tell I screwed it up trying to like get in there, but here it is. Kind of like that glow from within, and then you can top it with your powder. Okay, now let's go ahead and swatch these two. This is a cream blush and a powder blush and a powder highlighter. So beautiful. Okay, we talked about pretty much everything except eyeshadow palettes and lippies. I'm gonna go over, before I get into the eyeshadow palettes, I think we'll talk about these liquids, single shadows. We'll talk about what's in here as well. I'm gonna put this baby in here. Let's see what we have for mascaras currently. So we have these. I have these three mascaras. I think I'm not gonna open any new ones. I think these three will be done before the end of the year. The Hypnose Drama by Lancome, it's still kind of new. I haven't had it open for that long, so it's not gonna be empty before the end of this year. But these for sure will most likely be done. I have the Falsies by Maybelline. It's good, but I think it might be irritating my eyes. The last time I used it, and I removed it, I was like, oh, my eye feel a little irritated. So I'm gonna try it again. If that happens, I'm just calling it done. It's been, I don't think it's been open that long. Like these two have definitely been open longer. Lottie London Super Fake Gorgeous Mascara and Tower 28. You guys, I'm addicted to this one. I'm really enjoying it. It's so easy to apply, and immediately I have long lashes. I don't have too many lashes, but they're longer. So this does a really good job with volumizing and lifting my lashes. So they look really beautiful. What else we have in here? We've got some eyeliners, a brow. I have these two eyeliners, and I have a brow pencil. I feel like what happened? Can you even see these? Maybe I just push them up over here. Anyways. And then we have this new to me. This is by Melt. This is the Max Hold Clear Brow Gel. I was not expecting this. I think this came in a mystery box from Melt Cosmetics. I wasn't expecting this type of wand or this color product. I thought it would be completely clear. So the first few times I used it, I was so scared. I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna see this, it's gonna look all white and flaky in my brows, but when it dries completely clear and it holds the brows. So I'm so happy with that one. Still trying to get used to that brush, but that's all right. And I have this YSL Touche Eclat Radiant Touch kind of concealer brightener thing. This, I wanna say I have the shade Vanilla, Warm Vanilla. I'm not really sure what shade I have. Shade 2.5. I've used it a handful of times. I don't really know what I think about it yet. I need to play with it some more and really form an opinion. Let's talk about single shadows that we pulled in. We pulled in a couple single shadows, cream shadows, and like pots and all that. I did not try out this Laura Mercier Rose Gold one yet, but let's do a swatch. Really pretty. I think this would be super easy to use all over the eyelid or just in the inner corner. I think this would look really pretty. I pulled in both of these. These are by Can Make. One is in the shade 06 and one is in the shade 02. I did use the shade 06 one of the days that recently. It looks really pretty. I just felt like it faded throughout the day. Like it wasn't as intense as or as pigmented as when I first applied it. It kind of faded, but it still looked really beautiful. The shade 02, I have not tried it out yet. So let's go ahead and swatch that baby. Ooh, that's so pretty. I love these types of like veil kind of eyeshadow to use on top of any other eyeshadow. And then we've got Marc Jacobs. This is Sea Sequins in the shade Topaz Flash. One of my used to be one of my absolute favorite eyeshadows in my entire collection. So easy to create a one shadow look with this one, and it's so beautiful. I'm not wasting product, you guys. Gorgeous. And then we have one more single shadow thing, and this is the Danessa Myricks. What are those called? Multi-chrome? What does she call them? I'm not sure, but this is in the shade Hot Lava. I feel like these are just vamp up any eyeshadow look. All right. So these are like flakes. They have a little bit of pigment, like a base color too. This is on the lid, so it's a little bit more dried out, but here is what they look like. Let me see, how does it feel? Is it still creamy? Yeah, still very creamy. So. Pretty, very pretty colors. And I do have Duraline. I think I only have 2 of these. I haven't picked up too many because they will most likely dry out, but recently when she started her 12 days of Danessa Myricks deals or whatever, she had a few of those. She had 4 shades from that line that were for $12 each. I didn't end up picking up any because she did not have free shipping. You have to spend $50. So I didn't get any more, but I would have loved to get a few more. Okay, we talked about everything that's in here except lippies. Let's start with eyeshadow palettes. Okay, we got a few. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have this one, which I think I'm going to go ahead and pull out. I don't think that this is appropriate for this time of the year. I might be able to use 1 or 2 shades from here, but it's called the Ghost Palette. Definitely is more of a Halloween kind of theme. So I'm going to pull this one out. I'm not going to leave it in here. And then we'll talk about the ones that are in here. We'll start with Rowan. Rowan is that another brand that I feel kind of like how that Natasha Denona cream highlighter was. You got to get through the first layer. And this is in the shade 52 Degrees. So let's go ahead and swatch it. Here's the first shade. Yeah, see, as soon as you go through that top layer and you get to the actual product, it's all good. But the top layer is definitely dry. It needs to be, what's the word? Touched for it to. Okay, here's the first shade. Oh my gosh. This is that silvery shade. The bronzy shade. And then that last shade, which is right there. So pretty, you guys. So pretty. Again, I feel like with the Rowan eyeshadows, because I picked up what, 2. This would be my 3rd one. Once you get past the first layer, they're so beautiful and so creamy. So it felt like maybe these 2 needed some work on them before they get to that formula. That's really nice. Let's go ahead and talk about this Natasha Denona Retro Palette. You guys, my friend Sarah sent me this for Christmas, and I've used it a couple times. I used this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade, like these 4 shades. And I freaking love it. I don't know why I did not pick up this palette when it first came out. We'll go ahead and do a couple swatches. I'm not going to swatch it all. We have so many eyeshadow palettes to get through today. So I know this video is already long. So I'm probably at an hour and a half now, you guys. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Oh, I seriously, like, why have I not, like, why didn't I pick this baby up earlier? Look at that top, look at the shade. This is the shade Jude. My goodness, that's gorgeous. Okay, we'll do a couple more swatches. I'll go ahead and I swatch this one, which is the one I've been using. I'll swatch this baby up. How about we swatch this one, Rebellion? I kind of considered playing with it. And then let's swatch Go-Go, and that should be it. Okay, Go-Go is different than what I thought it was gonna be. So there's Go-Go. This is Groove. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh my, this is Swing. And then this last shade is the shade Helio, and I have been using the shade Helio all over my lid. Gorgeous. Love it. Okay, let's go through. I'm gonna do these littler ones next. Let's do this Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Celestial Pearl quad. They're really, really pretty shades. They remind me quite a bit of the like topper shades from Pat McGrath. Some of them, like this one. This one kind of looks like that Snow Flushed highlighter from MAC. So here they are. And then let me show you. Not extremely blinding or anything, but they're beautiful topper shades. The palette itself is really easy to use. Like, I can just put a bronzer in my crease and I could use any combination of these shades all over the lid, and it's just gorgeous. All right, let's do the Star Wars Pat McGrath collab. This was, what was this one called? This is the Sith Seduction. It's all shimmery shades, so definitely need a different palette with it. But the shades in here are just stunning. I don't like to swatch with my thumb, but okay. It just feels like an awkward finger to swatch with. So here we go. Oh my God, they're so beautiful, you guys. These shades are gorgeous. I think they're very appropriate for holiday looks too. So that's why she's in here. Look at those. So pretty. Let's move on. Let's talk about NARS. This is the Endless Nights. This was their holiday palette. It was, I think it was only Ulta exclusive, unless it was on, must be on NARS website. And how it's on sale. It's always my case. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a couple of these shades. I kind of want to do this one. I'm gonna do the matte row because I just want to see. Kind of looks very similar to that retro palette from Natasha Denona. Oh my, I am shocked at how cream these are. Like creamy. I feel like sometimes with NARS eyeshadow, it could go either way. Either they're super creamy or they're just like very hard to work with. So I'm happy with that. I think we'll go ahead and swatch the shimmery shades as well, since, no, why not? We're here. My hand is getting so stained. Let's do these. And I'm gonna do this one. So 4 shades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 2 palettes that are supposed to be topper palettes for this time around. We'll talk about those in a second. Let's go ahead and talk about the Pat McGrath. This was her holiday palette 3 years ago. This is the Mothership Celestial Divinity. I think this was her first holiday palette, maybe? I want to say. Honestly, I don't remember. I did use it since I pulled it in. I used this shade, and I can't remember which topper shades I used. I'm going to go ahead and swatch a couple. How about we do this purple one? It's just because it's gorgeous. Do this color over here, another really gorgeous kind of like textured. And then let's do this one. One more. This one. Let me show you. Hi, and there's me. Just waking up. This top shade over here, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. So beautiful. I think that's that one. Yep. So pretty. Yeah, I'm not going to be swatching this one. It's an older palette. And I think, I'm pretty sure I've played with it quite a bit. I've shown it quite a bit in my, on my channel. So I gotta speed it up, you guys. It's like I'm almost 2 hours filming. All right, and then I have these two palettes. This is by Cleona. These are kind of like shifting. Some of them are multi-chrome. Some of them have a little bit of shimmers in them. I'll go ahead and swatch a couple shades. Here's 1, 2, look at these. 3, and how about why don't we do this one? Doesn't look like it's got much love. So 4 of these shades. Honestly, I don't know what the shade names are. I would have to take them out of the palette to read the shade names, but I just wanted to give you an idea. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my, so beautiful. And then we have the last one, which is the Danessa Myrix. This is the Groundworks, was it? No, Lightwork Volume 3, the Experience Palette, Illuminating Face and Eye Pigments. Yeah, I don't know why it's still in its packaging. Why do I have it in its packaging still? I'm not sure. But here she is. Same sort of thing. I feel like these are... oh no. What happened? These are definitely shifting shades. I'm going to go ahead and swatch all of this one. I'm not sure if this is... I know that she brought a couple back. She called them her Vault, and then they were sold out forever. These two, or maybe just this one, is a cream, and this one is not so creamy. But let's go ahead and start. This is the cream. This is in the shade Polaris. It's so pretty. I got so much product on my finger. Galaxy, one of my favorite shades. Martian, Soul. Okay, here's Galaxy, Martian, and Soul. Look at Galaxy. I mean, it looks green, then it looks purple. Isn't that crazy? Beautiful. And then the bottom row down, we've got Strawberry Moon, we've got Aurora, Gaia, and then Solar Rain. Okay, where am I going to do this? Did not think this one through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful shades. I think this was last year. I want to say I picked it up last year around the holidays. But last year? I don't know. My days are blending in together. And I think that's it for eyeshadow palettes. Okay, the only thing we've got left to talk about are lippies and setting sprays. I did use quite a few of the lippies. I've been playing with them. I have been enjoying them. So some of them that I've used, I already put away in my bag. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna use them again. I just wanted to separate and be like, okay, I still have to use these for this time around. I know. It makes sense in my head. I don't know how, but kind of in my head, it makes sense. I can, I can justify what I'm doing in my head. I can understand what my brain is thinking. So I apologize if I'm confusing you, but let's go. I'm gonna pull them all out. It doesn't really matter. I know I'm gonna use them again, and I know I have maybe one sitting in my purse currently because I did use it. So I'm gonna start with the lip liners. Let me go ahead and swatch everything. Actually, we'll swatch them all together because, well, why not? We've got Smashbox True Red. I have not tried this baby out yet, but there it is. Make sure I'm focused. We've got Tower 28. This is our work of art. It It's a lot more on the brown tone that I thought it was gonna be when I first picked it up. And then we have Milani. This is Cafe au Lait. Cafe au Lait. There it is. Okay. Let's talk about bullet lipsticks next. Let me move these out of the way. The crayons. This is a lip gloss. This is topper thingy. Lip gloss. Bullet, and bullet. So we'll talk about the bullet lipsticks next. We've got Charlotte Tilbury. This is Patsy Red. This is such a beautiful color, such a beautiful packaging, and I think that this is so appropriate for Christmas. A lot of these lippies are just perfect for the Christmas time. We've got Negligee by Pat McGrath Labs. This is so pretty, you guys. This was the collab with Bridgerton. It's Negligee, no? Yep, Negligee. So beautiful. Is anybody else waiting for the new season of Bridgerton? Another Pat McGrath, and this is in the shade Christy. One of my top favorite nude colors. And then we've got the Gwen Stefani, the Give line. This is one of the Anaheim shines, and this is in the shade Stomp Box. I have been really enjoying this lipstick, and I kind of wish I picked up a couple more from her line when she had the 50% off site-wide. And then the last, oh, no, there's two more lippies. This is by Huda Beauty. This is one of her... this is called Sweet Cheeks, and this is one of the cream lipsticks. This is not the matte. So, really? Oh, such a bummer. I hate when this happens. Like, what the heck? Now this is rendered useless. How am I going to use this baby? But anyways, here it is. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might just end up tossing it. Dior did that to me, one of the Dior lippies. I get it, like sometimes they're super creamy, but geez, other brands do creamy and they don't break. Okay, and then the last bullet lipstick is by MAC, and this is Rouge on Snow. This was a couple years back, a holiday from a couple years back. Another beautiful one. I love this color. I love that it's such a cool tone. Red, very blue undertone. So pretty. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about the lip crayons. So we've got these two. I have Lipstick Queen, and this is Rear View Mirror. Little Red Convertible. The line is called Rear View Mirror Lip Lacquer. It's super shiny, and the thing with this is if I twist it up, I cannot twist it back down. So this is more on the like warmer undertone red. So there's that baby. And then we've got House Labs. This is so pretty, this crayon thing. This is in the shade Scarlet Matte. There. More holiday lippies. Hell yeah. Okay, we've got some lip glosses and liquid lipsticks left. Let's talk about the liquid lipsticks. I've got two. They're both red. I've got Smashbox Always On Liquid Lip, and this is in the shade Bawse, B-A-W-S-E. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. That is so pretty. That is so beautiful. And then the other one is Forever Famous, and this is by Dior. It's a liquid lipstick, but this is more of a brick red. So it's not as cooler. It's deeper for sure. There it is. Ah! Dirtied my door. Okay, only a couple more remaining. We've got this NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Cream, and this was a gift with purchase. This is in the shade Cherry Creme. I don't know what this is like. I've never tried it. So I'm gonna move on to this spot. Ooh, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Wow. Oh wow, that's so pretty. Look at that. Okay, and then we've got Nabla. This is, I don't know what to call this. Is it a lipstick? What was the line? Sheer lipstick, and the shade is Blooming. These are the Beyond Jelly. They're stiffer than you would think from, you know, the name makes them sound that they're super creamy and soft, but they're gorgeous. So pretty on the lips, so comfortable on the lips. I've been really enjoying it. And then I have two lip glosses. We've got, this is Milky Gloss in the shade Chocolate Shake. This is by NYX. Definitely a cooler lip gloss shade, but there it is. And then we've got Pat McGrath Labs, and this is in the shade Secret Lover. This is one of her glosses. There it is. And I think that is everything for this time around. And then that's it. The only thing remaining are the primer mist, or yeah, I use it as a primer mist. I haven't been using it as a primer mist. I've been using it at the end of my makeup. I'll spray this and then I'll go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter. My goal is to finish both of these before the end of the year. I don't think I have much left. Like, I'm halfway through the Smashbox one. The all-nighter, not a whole lot left, but they're good. I like them. They're good for this time of the year as well. And now I can say this is it. I know it was such a long video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. It had been such a long time since I filmed one of these Shop My Stash videos. And yeah, I hope that you all have wonderful holiday season. Are you excited? Have you switched up your makeup? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this video. What do you think about the items I picked for this time around? Do you like them? And I promise I won't disappear for about 5 or 6 weeks before I film the next Shop My Stash. I will be on it. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for a wonderful year. I cannot thank you enough for being in my channel, supporting my channel, watching my videos. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful time with your families and loved ones, and happy holidays, you guys. Again, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.